Hey, everybody, it's Keith with Trades Education Center. We're back with another episode of Trades Secrets. Thank y'all for tuning in. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Bob Bradley from the Mechanical Contractors Association of Georgia. Did I get it right?
That's exactly right. Yes.
Perfect. And he is in charge of workforce development there. And that's, of course, perks my ears up when I hear somebody in workforce development. So somehow Bob and I got connected on LinkedIn, and here he is. He's here to talk to us and to talk to our apprentices today. But again, the whole point of us having people here is to talk about the trades, how they got into them, what's so great about the trades, and well, share your story.
Well, I think the biggest problem we have is everybody wants to talk about the trade secrets, and we don't want it to be a secret anymore. We want everybody to understand what the opportunity is, and we don't want to keep it a secret. You want everybody to have that opportunity to get in and have a successful career. But like you said, I'm not from industry. I'm actually from education. After 35 years, I was a teacher, a business ed teacher. I was a basketball coach for years and years and years. My twin brother's still coaching basketball. And I moved into administration, and after 35 years, I retired and needed something else to do. I had one in college and one in high school, and knew I needed to work, but I knew I'd spend enough time in the classroom. So I got an opportunity to represent the Mechanical Contractors Association of Georgia, which is 30 contractors all in the Atlanta area, and they do industrial commercial construction. So we're looking for young people that are interested in plumbing, pipe fitting, welding, and HVAC on the industrial commercial side. But what it does, it gives me an opportunity to talk about all trades and try to help connect young people anywhere where their passion lies.
I love that, and you and I were just talking earlier offline here that we were able to go to, and you said you normally make it and you weren't able to, but the AGC, their Northeast Georgia Skills Challenge, I was able to go there yesterday, and that's something you and I think connected on, was the fact that I was talking to so many young people where they're like, oh, well, I'm in the welding competition, or I'm in the this competition. I'm like, that's awesome. They're like, but you have a plumbing school. Yeah, I know, but that's awesome. Like the fact that you're going after a trade, there's a lot of opportunity in every single one of those trades.
Right, and there's multiple ways to get there. But if you haven't seen, first of all, you saw the regional. The state will take up one whole section of the Georgia World Congress Center. So if you hadn't seen it, you got to see that.
I went last year.
But then once you see that, you have to go to the Nationals in the summertime, because that one takes up the entire World Congress Center.
Wow.
It is, they'll bring kids from Puerto Rico, Guam, Hawaii, every state. Every state, they have kids there, and they come and compete on a national level. The winners actually go to they'll have a world skills contest.
No kidding.
Yes, and but it is a fabulous event. But again, I think all of us are doing a better job getting the word out about the opportunities in the skilled trades, or even not necessarily skilled trade, but any kind of opportunities out there not being traditional for your college. They've all been pushed that that's the only way to to be successful, and that's not the case. Our 23-year-olds that finish our apprenticeship program, they're 23 when they finish. If they started at 18 years old, they're making $85,000, not counting benefits. When first year teacher, bless her heart, she spent 5 years in college. She's got 5 years worth of loans, and she's probably bringing home 55, 60,000, but that's not counting benefits. You take the benefits out, poor lady's not making a whole lot of nothing.
Yep.
And I tell kids that all the time, so they'll know, be nice to your teachers. Be nice to them. They're not bringing home that much.
I was going to say, you and I have that in common, and we've already talked that shop talk, if you will, about education. And you're right. Yes. Is there a place for 4-year degrees? There always will be. There are certain professions that need that type of training. And again, I think you and I agree on this. We're not poo-pooing on 4-year degrees.
Not at all. Not at all. But
however,
we'd like to spend the same amount of money to promote all the other opportunities that the money was spent on promoting colleges.
You got it. Like you just said, the national and world competition when it comes to skills. I didn't know that those existed until I got into this.
What I found out, that these kids that win at state and go to win at national and go to the worlds, it's like a professional career for them. They don't work for 2 years. They work on their craft for 2 years to prepare for the World Skills Contest. This year it was in Ireland.
Holy
It
cow.
was probably 3 weeks ago.
Wow. That's amazing. I'm sorry. I'm just imagining like a young person getting through that. I'm just thinking like in plumbing or pipe fitting and welding. I'm like, well, we can go to work at a distillery over in Ireland.
Mhm. Well, I happened to talk to the person that won and it's a they do it every 2 years. So in other words, he won National Skills Welding a year ago,
Okay.
and he was at this year's nationals, but he was
Okay.
just working the event. And
Okay.
so I had an opportunity to talk to the young man, and I said, well, "Where are you working now?" He said, "Oh, I'm not working." I mean, he's like a professional athlete every day. He says, "I weld up to 10 hours a day preparing for this
Wow.
competition."
Wow. So it really is like that, like a, Division 1 level prep, but for skills.
Exactly.
That's
And promoted
really cool.
and sponsored and the whole deal.
And see that, and I think that's what we're really excited about is connecting with more and more people and trying to get more and more word out there because there just so many people that don't realize what's out there. Like you said, I didn't know that all these competitions happen. Where are the headlines? Like, where are the
That's
headlines
it.
about these things?
That
Where's the broadcast news going, hey, did everybody know there's this huge national competition
oh,
happening? And
and you went to the regional one in Gainesville. There's 8 different regions. So there'll
eh,
be one next week in Macon. There's one in Marietta. There's one, obviously they're going to be in the South Georgia and
yeah,
Augusta too. So they're all over.
and it was awesome. I mean, there were I think 200 plus kids competing. And then like another 200 something kids that were there just to watch.
Mhm.
And so many of those kids came by the booth. I was like, all right, so you're not competing. I said, are you here because you want to compete next year? They're like, yeah. Like so many of them were like, yeah, that's my plan. Or one of them's like, I was an alternate, so I didn't get to go. I didn't get to compete, but I'm hoping to next year. And like hearing their excitement about it and then seeing the excitement of the award ceremony. Man,
Oh, and they
that,
take home swag. I tell
oh,
you another
dude.
thing, our Mechanical Trades Institute had a welding team and individual contest. They did a super job with it. They had over 80 individual welders last Saturday to try to help these kids get prepared for their skills challenges.
Oh, that's
So it
cool.
was open to any schools in the area, and they promoted it on social media and whatnot. But they did. They had, and these kids walked home with just bags and bags of tools and swag from all these different sponsors and all. It was a great
Well,
event.
and it's funny because I think that's another side of it that a lot of people don't think about is parents that have kids in athletics are well aware of all the costs that go into uniforms and all the things that go with athletics. Well, guess what? It's the same with skilled trades, but but all of that equipment, all of that gear, those translate directly into careers.
Mm.
Those actually can be used like going forward. It's not just like you're a one and done, I don't know.
It's not like turning your jersey in at the end of the year.
That's what I was going for. Like it actually means something more than just a season. Like this could be the start of something lifelong for them.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Worth the investment.
And the great thing is our teachers that teach these skilled trades, whether it be welding, there's a few plumbing, HVAC service, electrical, all of them, construction teachers. They all are committed to the
Mm.
industry and they're committed to these kids. They do such a great job with these young people, and show them there's it's just not about reading, writing, math and English. It's about learning skills and preparing for the future.
Well, if anything, and again, I think you and I as fellow educators, we can see this that I'm seeing in the skilled trades everything that you get in school from a K through 12 perspective, especially I would say K through 8. Everything that you learn, all those basics of arithmetic, reading, writing, all those really can come together in skilled trades,
They do come together. I mean, the
right?
more capable you are, the brighter your future is going to be in the skill trades.
Right. And so I see those as an immediate outlet for traditional K through 12 school is skilled trades. Man, you put all that stuff right to work. If an eighth grader wants to know, why do I have to know how to do this?
Hmm.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, they do a whole class on Pythagorean theorem. I wouldn't, again, I'm not from industry. I understand if a tree casts a shadow, I can figure out how tall the tree is, but
Yeah.
it's actually used in construction all the time. So
Yeah,
You're exactly right.
and you might not see that on the entry level positions, but boy, you get on up, you're going to start seeing all that a lot.
Yep. And that's what I told you a little while ago. I want these kids to retire as soon as they possibly can. I love retirement. I love that check coming every month, whether I, work or not. But the sooner they find their passion, and if we expose it to them, maybe the sooner they will find their passion. The sooner they're able to retire and they can work because they want to, not because they have to.
I was gonna, man, I'm so glad you said that because that's, Tim House I just told you was just here with us from Ream, and he said the same thing. He's like, honestly, he said my retirement plan is I ain't retiring. He goes, I'm having too much fun. I mean, and he did the master plumber thing, he did the service and new construction, he's done all that, but now he's in a position with Ream that he's truly like having fun going around showing people how to use their products and like you promoting the trades.
Well, I mean, I I fell into it. The good Lord was looking after me because I didn't know what I was going to do. But I tell you, I absolutely love going into the schools and talking to young people about their future, whether it be with us or whether it be with another trade or even another industry altogether. Just knowing that I can walk into a school and if kids misbehave, I can leave. For 35 years, I was stuck with them. I couldn't leave.
Brother, me and you both, man. When you had to deal with the emails and the phone calls. Oh man, I love that. And I think that's what excites me too, is to meet more and more people. Um, to know that, like you and I were talking, Tim, Chris and I have this little trade school that we're trying to do, but knowing the more we get into it, the more I feel like we're just running alongside this, all the same people that have the same mindset. And so it's not a one person race, it's not a one trade school race. It's we're all heading in the same direction, and we're all pushing people to get in the trades, because it's not just because we want them to make money, we need them desperately.
Half our industry is over 45, which means half our industry is close to retirement. The opportunities to grow in any of these skilled trades, it wasn't there 30 years ago. So, again, I tell folks all the time, I'm really not looking for somebody who wants to be a plumber for 30 years. I'm looking for somebody who wants to be a leader in a plumbing industry in 15 years because that opportunity's there. I want them to work with their hands now so they can work with their head later, is what I say. So,
I love that.
the opportunity growth in our industry is just amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And again, I'm excited. Well, I really appreciate. I hope that doesn't take too much of your time here, but man, I'm so glad that we connected. I'm so glad that y'all social media person tagged us on LinkedIn, and so that we got hooked up. This has been awesome. I appreciate you coming out. Um, Mr. Bob here is going to talk to our apprentices tonight and just share that same passion, that get into the trades. And I mean, don't just show up and go home. Grow, keep learning.
And if anybody ever wants to reach me or has any questions for me, afutureinpiping.com is how they can get in touch with me.
And I saw that. I was like, I like that name, A Future in Piping. So yeah, guys, ladies and guys, please, if you're looking for welding, pipe fitting, find Bob. Find Mechanical Contractors of Georgia. They've got the Mechanical Trades Institute downtown Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm, you're right.
Great program down there. Reach out, find them, and we're going to continue to grow the trades together.
It's a UA Local 72. They do a wonderful job taking care of their employees. But my main thing is I just want to help young people. If I can help them in any way, I'd be more than happy to share what I know or what I think.
Awesome. Bob, appreciate you being on. Thank you, everybody, to tune in for another episode of Trade Secrets, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.